Very, very good evening. Welcome back. This is Arunava Chaudhary. You are live on my YouTube channel, arunfoot. I would say now daily evening live talking about Indian football. Today, I want to talk about latest transfer rumors that there are or transfer news that there are, and also speak about the Bangalore Football Stadium partial collapse, which happened a couple of days ago, and on other things which is, of course, of interest in regard to Indian football on what's happening. But as always, those of you who are watching now, or maybe those of you might watch it later on, do subscribe to arunfoot, like this video so more people can join in, and share it as well. And also watch my other content here on YouTube. I've been trying to do sort of daily videos on things related to what's the latest in Indian football. Earlier today, I did a story on Jamie McLaren. Tomorrow, I'm doing something on the All India Football Federation and sort of what is happening in and around, and of course, Manolo Marquez being appointed as the new head coach of India, or stuff regarding Anwar Ali as well. So, guys, do follow those. Do support me if you haven't, and thank you to those of you who follow me and support me. Thanks, Ishan. And yes, I'm fine. My parents are doing okay overall. Could be better, but it's fine at that age. So thanks a lot for asking. So the first question of the evening is from Parameshwar. Sir, and hello as from my side. If FC can't pay unpaid salary, what next? Should AFF pay it, or should Indian government pay it? Will AFF receive a ban for it? AFF as well as the Indian government has nothing to do with unpaid salaries of a club. That's a matter of a club. I think also that this is not a matter for the AFF or for the government, or for a state association in this matter to step in. I think the question now slowly needs to be asked by FSDL if Hyderabad FC are in a position to play in the Indian Super League. I think that is the question that needs to be asked. That's a tough question, a tough ask to potentially throw out a team from the league. But if the team is unable to put in new investment, ensure that old dues are not paid off, current dues are not being paid off, and that's something which is there. So therefore, for me, a very, very tough situation, and I don't want to be in that situation, to be very honest. But someone has to pull that plug, and that is going to be very, very interesting. So let's wait and see what happens. Good evening, Moinok, also from my side. Good to see you back. The real question is, will ISL have the guts to relegate Hyderabad FC? To me, is Ishan, if Hyderabad is relegated, do you think they'll play I-League? Is Hyderabad actually in a situation of playing any league in India? Right? So that is the question. To me, if Hyderabad is thrown out of the ISL, Hyderabad ceases to exist. That's the reality. Hyderabad FC is not even with what they have. Can they actually play in the I-League? No, I don't think so. So, Ishan, if you ask me, that's the question. A tough question for AFF and not AFF, rather for FSDL to take a call on what happens with the club. It's a tough one. It's a tough one where you have to take a call on this. And I don't know if FSDL is in that situation to do it, but they need to at some stage take that call, as tough as hard as it is. But if Hyderabad over now a few years is unable to keep its commitments, is unable to bring in that new investment, someone has to do, and it's not a nice role. It's not a new thing, so therefore, that's the situation. Umair, evening, sir. Any news on BFC? Nothing that I know of at this stage. I know that BFC were looking, I think, for some midfielder. Mark, it's been reported yesterday, Ashish Negi, of course, that they are trying to offload a couple of players. But yeah, let's wait and see what they do. Was Nuno Rice the CB for Mumbai? Marcus said the deal dropped. Debroop, I said, I won't mention it. Is scooter ban loading? I don't know, Guardiola. Could you say what you mean by scooter ban? Mayank, hi from my side too. How do you rate this season FC Goa team under Manolo, title contenders? Interesting. First time I see that Goa, to me is the foreign mix is very interesting. You've got a lot of nationalities in there. Normally, FC Goa have mainly been going for Spanish players over the years. So therefore, that's an interesting one. So for me, it's going to be very interesting to see how they settle down. I think there's a certain level of pressure also, Manolo, because suddenly he's no longer just the coach of a club in Hyderabad. In Hyderabad FC in the past. And I see him now coaching FC Goa. Title contenders is tough because I still see Mumbai City and Mohun Bagan as the top teams. But if I see that second bracket of teams, I think Goa is in that. Odisha is in that. I think East Bengal will fall into that. So therefore, yeah, let's wait and see what happens. Do you also plan to include tactical analysis with the tactical board in your YouTube videos? Will be more intriguing. Mike, I would love to do that, but I don't know if I have the technical abilities to be able to do it over here. I don't know. I'm happy I'm able to do whatever I can to create those videos and to create such small little thumbnails. I'd love to do that. Maybe I can try and work out something. But yeah, that's a nice idea. Let me see what I can do for the new season. So idea is to create world record of FIFA bans. Blue, good evening. First of all, to me, yeah, it looks like it. There have been other clubs around the world who've done it and who've survived, but at the moment, Hyderabad, to me, someone has to take a call on that. And it's a tough one. It's a difficult one, but someone at some stage needs to take a call and say, listen, guys, until this and this date, investor there, pay off your dues, clear your FIFA fines, put a proper squad together, play ISL or not. That's my only thing. It's because it's disappointing because this is a team under Manolo. We were just speaking about Manolo. Under Manolo, this team impressed in the Indian Super League, won a title as well. But at the moment, it's a scenario which is just, I feel, very embarrassing. And it's not good on them. It's not good on FSDL, on the ISL, and on Indian football, Indian club football also. How many coaches do you know who manage both club and national team? Deepak, there have been many instances, I think, around the globe where coaches have coached club and country. I know two Indian examples that I have personally worked with. One was Sukhwinder Singh, who was coaching JCT and the Indian national team. The other was Armando Colasso, coaching Dempo and the Indian national team. I know that PK Banerjee has done it in the past. Syed Naimuddin has done it in the past. The biggest names, Rinus Michels did it in '74 when he coached the Dutch in the World Cup as well as Barcelona. Sir Alex Ferguson has done it coaching Aberdeen and Scotland. So therefore, it has happened. It will happen. Oscar Bruzon has done it with Basundara Kings in Bangladesh. So therefore, there are multiple examples of that. I like Bajaj scooters. Nice, Guardiola. Mike, I've been living in Europe for some time now. I've seen some good matches in Portugal and Italy. I believe Indian clubs are paying more money for average players. Mayank, that's the biggest problem. I've been saying this not since yesterday. I've been saying this for a long, long while, that Indian players, for the standard of football that they play, are amongst the most highest, or not highest, they're amongst most overpaid players in the world. For the standard of football that Indian footballers dish out, they are surely overpaid. And that's something which has exploded because the problem is now we suddenly have more teams in the Indian Super League, and on the other side we're not producing more players. So therefore, for me, it is a very, very difficult scenario, I hope that it changes, but at the moment you see the money that's been spent, be it on Apuya, be it on Jeekson, last year on Sahal and on Thapa, even the salary of Anwar, yeah, they're all too high. So let's see. Hi, Vaman. I myself played in BFS back in the day in the All India Youth Leagues in 2000. It brings a lot of sadness to see the ground at that state. Yeah, I mean, the Bangalore Football Stadium is something which I find very, very sad. 2016 is a year I remember I was there myself, gone there with the German student national team. We played Ozone FC in a match over there, and I remember I met Mr. Harris, who at the time was, I think, BDFA president, or was it Karnataka State? I think it was BDFA president. Mr. Khalil was still around, and they had plans to revamp the stadium, rebuild the stadium, and 8 years later, nothing has happened. I think JSW wanted to do stuff with the stadium, and nothing has happened. And now the stadium is literally crumbling apart. Last year, I was in Bangalore, and I was watching the SAF semi-final and the final, and the Kantirava is a shame, and you have India matches happening there. You have BFC playing there in the ISL, and that stadium is in a bad a shape. So therefore, I hope the authorities in Bangalore wake up and do something about this. And for me, so for me, it's sad. It's sad to see the state of affairs in these states, where on the other side we've been speaking about that the Karnataka State Football Association has been doing a very, very good job. And yeah, these are realities, and I hope they somehow improve. Moinak, lately I've been hearing rumors of Rahul KP's linked to East Bengal. While East Bengal has so many wingers, what do you think? Is Rahul KP really needs more, or is just a baseless rumor? Rahul KP is on the transfer market, Moinak, let's put it this way. To me, I agree with you. I think that's not a position where East Bengal should be looking for. I think East Bengal should be looking at right backs, left backs, and a centre backs. I think that's, and for me, I think that's the question that East Bengal. Nishu Kumar now supposedly out with a serious injury, and let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens. But I don't know. Rahul Kipi leaving Blasters, I think, would be wise for him. I think it's the same thing as with Sal. I think he needs to go out of that comfort zone of Kerala. He, of course, also had some verbal fights with fans on social media. Maybe it's good for him to move on and move somewhere else. Yeah, hits me 101. Hi, bro, Arun. Your thoughts on MB signings? How will they do in ACL2? Does Jose Molina strategy help them to take next round in ACL game? To me, and I've said this over the last few days, it's too top heavy, too many attacking players. I think they would need a defensive midfielder. I think that showed last season that when Yoni Kauko came in, that gave balance to the team. So I don't think the balance is there. I don't know what the whole situation with Anwar Ali is. There's other rumors. Let's see. Let's see what happens. And Molina is more of a defensive strategy. But if you think that they're looking to get through the next round, I feel for an Indian club looking at the potential opponents, I think it's very tough. If we're little lucky here and there with the group, maybe. But I don't see an Indian team getting out of this group stage of the new ACL2. Monak, I got a chance to visit the Benfica Academy in Lisbon, and what I saw was that the academy players are better tackling than some of our national team players. Monak, yeah, I mean, you could go to Sporting as well. More than a decade back, Sunil Chetri was with Sporting, and Sunil wasn't good enough for Sporting's B team at the time, right? And he already was India captain. Eric Dyer, the most famous of the players of that squad, even though not Portuguese, but Eric Dyer, of course, England international, and now with Bayern Munich is the most famous one. So therefore, these are the things that we need to look at. So yes, the standard, the quality, the teachings of those teams are much, much better. How do you rate AFF New GS from Kerala? Let's see. I have certain doubts. I hope he does better, but yeah, it's going to be a question of what he can do, what he can't do. Woman, I too played against Ozone. I played for Boca Juniors back in the day. Okay, you played for the Boca Juniors Academy. Blue Sir, today Revsport said in his live that Mohan Bagan is keen to retain Anwar, and their logic is Anwar is mature enough as a 20-year-old. He gets influenced by someone. Do you think Anwar back possible? I think it's a very tricky scenario, and it's a question also of the career of Anwar. I honestly see no way back for him to Mohan Bagan. But if the Mohan Bagan officials think, and I think Mohan Bagan officials have been trying also to try and find solutions regarding an Indian centre back. I think they've been struggling, right? So therefore, that's a reality as well. Yeah, if that's the route they want to take. But then Anwar, will he be throwing, Delhi FC, Ranjit Bajaj, and East Bengal under the bus? I think that would be most probably the prerequisite. That will be very interesting to see. So therefore, interesting twist, and let's see what happens with the saga. Hi, Sanskar. Do you think selling Vinith Rai is a mistake because we do not have backup of Apuya? I see where you come from. To me, looking at it now, I agree with you. I would have retained Vinith. I think Vinith Rai is someone who knows the system, and whenever you've called on him, he's performed. He's also played as a left back, I remember. So therefore, yeah, let's wait and see who's going to take that place. I'm interested to see Hitesh Sharma in Mumbai City colours, and if Mumbai City actually look at some other player. Again, I said Vibhan Mohanan would be the one that I would love to see at Mumbai City, but I don't know if it's going to happen this year or maybe next year. Let's wait and see. Guardiola, East Bengal versus Mohan Bagan. Whose team is better? I would at the moment still say Mohan Bagan because they're more settled. East Bengal has brought in quality, but let's see how long East Bengal needs to settle down. I still rate Mohan Bagan and Mumbai City higher than East Bengal at the moment. East Bengal is a top 6 candidate, but I don't rate them as high as Mohan Bagan. So I would still keep Mohan Bagan ahead, but East Bengal is closing in. Robin, do you agree on one geo broadcasting rights of ISL has a conflict of interest? How do you view the franchise fee in ISL? Should it continue when AFF comes independently? I don't think that geo broadcasting rights of ISL and FSDL is a conflict of interest because FSDL put the broadcasting rights into the open market. Nobody bought it. Reality, right? The value rights of Indian football to me is something which is not there in the market at the moment. So for me, if you ask me, I think it is lucky that Reliance owns Sports 18 and Geo so that we're able to put it out on a platform. Sorry. Otherwise, even the ISL would be struggling to find a broadcaster. That's a reality in my opinion. So therefore, we have to be looking at options, and the options aren't there in my opinion, and therefore that is something, in an ideal world, I don't know, Sony would be showing it, but even now Star Sports, I think Hotstar is now also part of that Reliance orbit, so therefore there aren't too many options in the sports business. Franchise fee, should it continue? I mean, when the AFF comes in, does the ISL survive? I think that is, Robin, that's the first question you need to ask. If FSDL pull out from the AFF and the deal is not renewed, do we then have an ISL? Because people don't realize, yes, you get about 50 crores as money from FSDL, which goes to the AFF. But how many crores is spent on the running of the ISL? That's substantial money. Where does that money come from? The AFF is not in a position to run the I League properly. And you're saying, or people are saying that they should run the ISL. So therefore, Let's see if that happens. We are in for trouble because I don't see anyone at the moment with all what is happening in Indian football who would be, um, that how does this whole continue? Very, very tricky. Mayank says, as things are looking, if Anwar gets a year ban, would be interesting to see Sandesh and Jay Gupta, Center of Manolo pairing for the national team. It'd be interesting to see. I think Jay Gupta's interesting question. Let Sandesh get fit first, Mayank. That's my first point. My second point is Jay Gupta is going to get competition from Akash Sangwan at Goa. So that's going to be interesting where Jay Gupta ends up playing. So therefore, yeah, it's a very interesting thing. Guardiola was sporting director. Wasn't it better if we made him India coach? I don't think so. Director and coach is different. Yes, Blue, that is. Mumbai City FC attack versus Mohun Bagan Super Giant defense. Who will win if both face each other? Sanskar, too early to say. As I said, I think overall Mumbai City looks, even despite lacking here and there, so therefore for me, I don't know. It's too early to say. Let the season start. Anwar will not come because we're finding maybe done Pritham Kotal deal. Pritham Kotal, there's no deal done. Do you see any way out for Anwar can set free from this 10 years long contract with Delhi FC? No, I don't see a way out. I mean, that's another one that needs to be questioned actually, but who's going to question it? So therefore, there's a lot of questions around who all these Anwar contracts. Health is another issue. Let's see. Even if Pritham came, Anwar stays, Pritham is back up. Let's see. Let's see if Pritham comes because, yeah, let's see what happens. Mike, do you know the reason for Punjab FC changing their coach? I believe the coach did quite good last season with an average team. I think in the end it was about money. Yeah, it's me. How does Iran, Iraq do so well despite sanctions and war-prone Syria inflation? We're all money from. Any idea? It's not about money. See, the problem is that let's see in India, the Chinese think about it. Rich countries, let's say like Qatar or Saudi, think it's about money. It's not about money. It's about the setup, the will, the desire, the right people, the talent that you have, the will to work hard. Your overseas communities of us come in, with players born in Europe or America playing. So therefore, these are factors why these countries are successful. Not even them. You can add Syria to the list. North Korea has been successful. So it's not any question of who and why is successful. It's the how, in my opinion. So therefore, for me, that's the question that should be asked. So therefore, that's the difference that we should be talking about. Arindam, sir, heard that one mediocre Spanish defender already signed as a sixth forward of East Bengal. Will really disappointing. Again, I've heard 3 or 4 names being linked to East Bengal. I don't know if East Bengal has finally signed someone, but it is someone either as a centre back or someone in defensive midfield position that will be signed as the final forward. Hi, Arun, sir. Hi, best of luck. Hope you're doing well. Yes, I'm fine. Do you consider last season of Jason Cummings more of a successful one? He has scored goals, but not very much impact or contribution other than that. Again, the question for Jason Cummings would be, in my opinion, is that Jason Cummings is a striker, and strikers, of course, the first thing that you will ask is about how many goals have they scored. So from that perspective, as you say, he's done well. But yes, I agree that he had his moments, but overall, I think from a player of the stature of Jason Cummings, one can expect more. So I would say the first season was mixed, and I would hope that something more comes out. Hi, King Lost. Any Mumbai news? None today. There is nothing that I've heard. My time in the defense line, nice except Anwar, according to you, whatever you say, I have decided I will not be back in Mumbai. Let's wait and see. Again, this is something, I don't know if people are creating news. I haven't heard anything. So therefore, let's wait and see if Anwar gets back. So let's try and see what happens. So therefore, yeah. Hasn't ever repeated previous mistake by handing Manolo a 3-year contract in case he fails. Do we pay damages again? Ishan, I don't know what kind of contract Manolo has. I know the first year, again, is a joint contract. And to me, I would have given a contract until the end. I agree with you on that. Until the end of the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. And if he qualifies, I would have extended it to the tournament in Saudi. But that's in January. His contract is still summer 27. So yes, contract extension. Let's see. Bro, Mumbai has done 6 foreign players. According to me, Sanskar, the final one seems to have been done. Yes. Anwar to Mohun Bagan Supergiant confirm. Partho, again, hearing a lot of things, haven't heard any confirmation on anything that Mohun Bagan is walking themselves back. Let's wait and see. Do we have less viewers than A-League considering the small population? No, I think their viewers are more, yes, because I think the ISL doesn't get as many views as it should. So therefore, let's wait and see how we grow. Do you think East Bengal 6 foreigner players signed depend on Anwar case? No, I don't think my dad. I think East Bengal. I think East Bengal need to get that signing done sorted before they could get in trouble. Mohun Bagan Supergiant foreign was Mumbai City foreign player. Sanskar, Mumbai City doesn't have 6 foreigners, so therefore let's wait for the final signing and then we can have that discussion. And again, not now. Let's have it before the start of the ISL. Super League Kerala teams are signing Kerala Blasters FC reserve team players. Yes, I mean they need to get players, right? So therefore they have to sign. Therefore let's wait and see. Roman, sanctions are most for 6 months as per Morgan Sports Law. If a RSTP changes a contract, FIFA unilaterally merges the player to the home club. Hence, Paul Funios Anwar will join others. If you believe it. Hello, good evening, sir. Hope you are doing great. Rachit, thanks. I'm good. I hope you're doing fine as well. AFF shows Anwar as Delhi FC player. Anwar will join other club. Robin, again, in my understanding, it doesn't work because the player has unilaterally terminated his contract, which he can't do. There needs to be a mutual termination. So therefore, it doesn't work. If AFF is showing him as Delhi FC player, TK, maybe that is what the player status committee status will show because of conflict, and then they will sort it out. Let's see. Looks like Cummings is going to spend his time on bench this season. We've seen that quite often, right? That Cummings started off as a sub player and then came on and then later on, impacted the game. So maybe that will be even more this season. I think that could be the case with him, that he could spend even more time on the bench. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens with Jason Cummings and with Jamie McLaren. Again, did a video on Jamie. So if you want to have a look at it later on. Let's see what At which position Mumbai needs more reinforcements, or are they ready to go, assuming 6 foreigner will be centre back? Rachit, I expect the 6 foreigner to be a centre back. I would like to see another Indian defensive midfielder and an Indian centre back joining. But again, the market is tight, so let's wait and see. Isn't Khalid Jamil a better choice than Manolo for national team? Guardiola, no way. I think from that aspect, any foreigner to me is better than our Indian coaches at the moment. Who, according to you, have high chances of winning Durand Cup? Jeswin, let the tournament start. Let's see with what kind of contingents the teams play it. So then we'll see. But at the moment, difficult to say who will win it. If not named, can you confirm the position of 6 foreigner that Mumbai signs? No, Rachit. As I said, I'm not going to go into these games. You guys want to be smart and ask me a question here, ask me a question there, and then I'm not going for that. The foreign country of Mumbai City is more balanced than foreign country of Mohun Bagan. Do you agree? Let the 6th foreigner come in, and then we can have that conversation. Sanskar top 6 prediction for me: Mumbai City, Mohun Bagan, East Bengal, FC Goa, Odisha, Kerala Blasters, BFC, CFC for top 6. Party spoilers: GFC, Northeast United, Punjab FC, and New I League team. Let's wait and see. Who's your favorite for winning gold in Olympics football this year? Rachit, I think it has to be the French. They're playing at home. It's an advantage. Let's see what happens. Centre back, maybe a DM will come and we will see. Sanskar, let's wait and see. Jason Cumming plays time demands a quote: "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. I'm not here to play attractive football. I'm here for goals." Yeah, that could be said about him. Is East Bengal also desperate this year because they know 2-year transfer ban is loading? Guardiola, I don't know if a 2-year, to me, I said two window transfer ban would be most probably loading if the case can be proved as it looks at the moment. But I don't think that's the reason. Is A-League better than ISL? Oyon, if you ask me, yes, certainly the A-League is much, much better than the ISL. But again, for the top A-League stars, the ISL now has become interesting because we play high salaries. Now that Jason Ochon is available market, should Mumbai go for any of them? For Oli Charan, I think it's difficult because I think we've got enough wingers. But Jessel Canero could be someone that we could look at. Solid left back, leadership material. Yeah. Mayank, Khalid Jamil signing ISL experienced foreigners. Do you think the age will get them or they will help JFC? I think Stephen Eze, who has been at the club, is a good signing, and Javier Hernandez is still a player who can make a difference. So from that side, I think and ISL has shown that experience is something which is important, for our players, let's see. Rachit, difficult question ahead. Who would be your first choice keeper this season, TP or Purva? I think there is no question. I think Purva Lachempa is one, and TP Ranesh is coming as a number 2 who will try to challenge him. So at the moment, very, very clear that, Purva Lachempa for me is the number 1. I really like Stephen Eze. I don't know why Mohun Bagan didn't look at him. He was young and 6'6". Yeah, Guardiola. Most ISL teams didn't look at him. A-League has 12 teams. ISL season has 13 teams. Yeah, and I think we've grown too fast and too big, in my opinion. If you ask me, I think we should have stayed a smaller league, a more compact league. But again, the ISL is now growing to 13 teams, and then let's see what happens with that. Welcome back, Dhruva Jyoti. What do you think of Eze to JFC and JC other foreign signings? Shouldn't there could be a better signings and they rush too much on foreign signings? No, I don't think so. I think Eze knows the club. That's an advantage. And Javi is a good player as well. So I think, Siverio, these guys, it's okay. It's nothing out of the extraordinary, but Jamshedpur will have a solid team. So therefore, for me, let's see what Jamshedpur. Yeah. Sanska Pep Kisko Lego Chicks one already has a many. Okay, explain that to me, please. Sanskar didn't understand that. Why Tata is not spending? They can easily spend 200 crore on football team. Guardiola, it's for them. To me, to me, it's on them, right? If they want to spend or not, and they have rather spend on an ISL team than rather spending on youth. I think that's something which I feel, which is a difficult one. And Partho Protim asking, is TF still alive? Yes, it is, but it's not producing the players it used to. And that's a problem for Indian football. Like and subscribe. Yeah, thanks, Blue, for that hint. Those of you who haven't, please subscribe to arunfoot here on YouTube, on my other social medias, and do like this video, share it with others, let other people join in. Let's grow the family slowly and clearly, and keep on talking about Indian football on a regular basis. And as always, those of you who have been around, or maybe you're new today, thank you for your support. It means a lot to me. And again, let's keep on growing the community. Sanskar Purva had proven 2 seasons apart from his ISL fund. Every match he played good in this and last season, so no debate on that. Sanskar to me as well. Purva to me, number one in the ISL for Mumbai City. Hi, Kaushik. Do you think that the gradual marginalization of the I League has killed off the then big teams with regards to their scouting future talents? Who in the I League was scouting future talents? The smaller teams were producing. It's the Aizols, it's the Nirokas, it's the Traus. Real Kashmir has been producing players, and the rest of the league has been buying players. Where are they producing players? Gokulam, yeah. Even if you say Gokulam, to me, Gokulam is picking up the best Kerala players from the Kerala Premier League or from other I League teams. So therefore, I don't know where this marginalization of the I League always comes from. I think the I League has also grown in the last decade because I League and I League teams realize that they have to be better to be able to compete with the ISL. So therefore, so therefore, let's wait and see. But I see generally scouting in India is not about talent. It's about you want the finished product. Be it ISL or I League, most teams want a finished product and just want to use the player and try and win matches. That's it. That if you have a player and you develop a player, that's a byproduct, right? And that's one of the problems. What's the current situation on Anwar Saga? Somnath, nothing. PSC, I think, not I think, PSC is waiting for Mohun Bagan to reply. We've given them a time frame. And if Mohun Bagan wants to work with Anwar and find a different solution, they can. And then if they do find a different solution, they can then let know, for me, we'll see what happens. Transfer scenarios developed very recently. If East Bengal have been desperate in transfers even before last season's ISL ended in April, they signed Talal. East Bengal is desperate to compete with Mohun Bagan. And that is something which I said 4 years ago when East Bengal came to the ISL. You've not got the deep pockets of Mr. Goenka. I know that it's difficult for a club of the stature of East Bengal to understand and say, listen, build gradually. Don't try and force your way up. And this is something which you've seen now the last 2 years, that they've now tried to, again, Stephen gave you a base. I know a lot of fans were not happy, but I think Stephen gave the team a base. I think Stephen, if he'd given another season, would have improved the team anyway. And now Carlos has a team, and again, can he improve? He's got much better players now than they were there 2-3 years ago. But East Bengal is not the finished product. And I think that is something, if East Bengal overperforms, and that's what I'm saying, realistic expectations. That I always say that with the Indian team, right? I think the toughest ask of East Bengal fans is realistic expectation. So therefore, we need to try and find means and ways, each club to try and get better next season. And it's not just East Bengal. Most of the league is trying to get better. So therefore, it's a challenge. Mine 13 teams for the first time being once the season starts out of that. So Pune City buys the license back. Pune City can't buy the license back because the people who had the license, they are mostly in jail and their money is stuck somewhere else. Let's see if Hyderabad starts the season or not. At the moment, it looks like they'll play the Duran Cup, and then we'll see. We had the similar situation with the Manipur clubs in the I League, and I think one has to be honest then and say, listen, if you guys are not in a position to do it in the best interest in the competitiveness of the league, we will have to throw you out. And these are realities that nobody wants to say. You want to be happy, glossy, and be friend of everybody. Doesn't work. Blue, say your opinion, who should be national team goalkeeper? After the last matches, it needs to be Gopit Singh Sandhu. There's no doubt about that. Rachit, Mumbai to field that B team for Duran Cup, but if by chance they made it to knockouts, can they field players from main team? Rachit, I think last season also the rule was there that you could register 35 players. I don't think Mumbai City will register 35 players. So yes, you could afterwards register more players to the team. So let's see. There could be someone better than Murray. I'm worried about Xavi's injuries. No doubt he's class, but he's 35, almost 36. Well, yes, but I think the ISL this season again shows you that a lot of teams at least sign one or two players who have either played in the league or have even played in the respective teams. So that's something which is a trend which has been there and which has been, in my opinion, growing in the ISL over the last few seasons. So therefore, yeah, that's something which we see with many teams. If FSL goes out, and who could potentially step up? Can foreign investors take up the league completely? Which investor who wants to take over a league, the commercial rights from a federation where you lose money, you don't make money? Nobody's there. That is my concern, that we are in a situation where we have to wake up to reality that investment, who is going to come and make that investment? Very, very tough. Who will start in the mid? Jeremy, Vikram, Brandon out of 4, 2 start, 2 bench. Let's, again, as I said, Sanskar, too early. Let's have these conversations closer to the season. Let's see who's fit. Someone's going to get injured, this and that, everything. We will see who will play where. Vishal or Purva? I think Purva is the most consistent goalkeeper. I saw Kate lacks proper decision making, often rushes to make things worse. Yeah, but again, Purva Lachempa also has once in a while this going through. So therefore, yeah, two talented goalkeepers, but they need to do something to get to that Gurpreet level, So therefore, that's something which I think. You have to pick one striker for your team, Cummings or Chimachuku. You have one down, it's 80th minute. It depends on the team, to be very honest. What is my style of playing? Because Chimachuku and Cummings are different strikers. So if I'm going to try and play the long ball high, then it is Chimachuku. If I'm trying playing into the feet, then it's more Cummings. So that's me, yeah. So that's one. I meant transfer bans in our Facebook developer reason. Yes, Monok. That is something which is, that is there, and that is one of the reasons. But they've been desperate to try and compete with Mohun Bagan, and desperation is never a good thing. Do it calmly, quietly, take your time, and also take the fans on a journey. I think that a lot of East Bengal fans, if you made them understand and say, listen, we are on a journey, we need 2-3 years to be able to catch up with Mohun Bagan. I think fans, not everyone, but I think certain fans would be fine with that. But you have to take them on that journey, a realistic journey, and say, listen, we need to build a team. The club needs to rebuild. We have come into a higher competition, which is higher than the standard we were used to in the league. That's the reality. Blue, will Gokulam play in the I-League considering the stadium situation? Blue, I no, at the moment, it's not been cleared. Nothing has been said. Are you happy with the rebuilding of Mumbai City FC till now? Rachit, I'm very, very happy. I think Sujay and the team and the background have done a very, very good job. If you look at who's all left, as I said, Indian defensive midfielder and an Indian centre back to add to this, and I think we're ready to go. I think Mumbai City has a good team to challenge for titles this season. But one thing not clear, why Anwar mentioned East Bengal name in PSC. Don't he know it will erase any hope from his side? Really confusing. You have to ask him or have to ask the lawyers. I think it's trying to safeguard himself. It's trying to pay, hey, listen, I was approached and only thereafter I said I want to break the contract. So it's trying to, push the blame to someone else. I think that's what he's trying to do. Partho, CFG is nowadays biggest football giant in this world. Do they have any planning about making Arcade or Maharashtra where we can grow kids and make a footballing ecosystem in Mumbai? I think that there were plans, but I don't know what has happened to the plans. I haven't heard anything in the recent past where I would say CFG is building an academy. I think for CFG at the moment is trying to keep Mumbai City running and being competitive and trying to keep the losses to a minimal level. I think that's the challenge that they have. Anyway, where I can watch Duran Cup in US, any streams or links? Waman, I have not heard of anything so far. that there will be official streams. Again, with Sony, it's always difficult. I don't know if there might be a deal. One Football, of course, shows the ISL. Let's see if they might do something on Facebook. I have not heard anything. If any one of you know about any streaming that is going to happen about the Duran Cup, put it in the comments below, and then we can share it around to people who are interested. Is Rustin Griffith the best Aussie ever to play in ISL in terms of performance? Rajit, we've had a lot of Aussies. We did well. Petratos would be one, who needs to be mentioned in the Aussie list. I find it sometimes difficult to say, XYZ best or XYZ is this or that. We've had a lot of Aussies over the last few years, even pre-ISL days. We've had Aussies in the league, so yeah, let's wait and see where we stand. Oh, sorry, where did I leave you? There you are. If Momon doesn't arrange the bank guarantee 100 crore, what will happen? Normally they can't play the ISL, my time. And therefore, I am very surprised that they haven't signed any, or they've at least not properly formally announced any signings of top-level foreigners. So let's wait and see. They have another 8 days, so let's see if the bank guarantee comes in. Adam Lefondre was best A-League and Aussie play. Agree or not? Yeah, but Adam Lefondre, one of the best from the A-League, but Adam Lefondre is not an Aussie, so he's an English footballer. So therefore, to me, that doesn't work. One of the best from the A-League, certainly. After all this drama with Igor Stimac, AFS still not correcting itself. Kalyan has again did it by appointing Manolo as a coach without proposals. Per Baichung resigned. Kalyan also needs to leave. I'm going to do a video on that tomorrow in regard to the state of the AFF and what are kind of problems that there are. So therefore, watch it. And I agree, the appointment should have been done differently, 100%. I still think Mumbai City FC, Mohun Bagan, Odisha FC are the only confirmed top 6. FC Goa, East Bengal, Chennai FC, Bangalore FC, Kerala Blasters will have to fight like dogs. Punjab FC, Northeast United, Mountain Sporting, they need at least 12 points for those 6 games to have a place in top 6. I think don't underestimate Northeast United. That's one thing that I won't say. But who will choose if you was MC coach? Jeremy, Toral, Brandon, Rane. Again, Sanskar, too early. Let's wait and see. Let's see who is fit. Let's get to the season. Let them train pre-season. We'll have injuries and then we'll see who will play. Lefondre is an Englishman, brother. Sanskar. Yes, Rachit, exactly. How do you think Manolo will take into account previous patterns of play by the senior team, or would he scrap all of it and start from scratch? I don't think he'll start from scratch because he also likes to play a 4-2-3-1 formation. So I think, to me, 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. So therefore, let's wait and see what he does. But I don't think he will change everything. He will change things. The one other thing he will change, but I don't think he's going to change everything that, a lot of people are expecting him to make maybe even radical changes. I don't see that happening. I see, systematic, small few changes here and there. Mayank, how are Messi foreign signings? I think they're good. I think if you look at Nicolau as a striker, Yontoral looks very good. Jeremy Manzoro, experienced player in this league. And you have already Yol van Neef and Thierry in there, and then another centre back coming. I think it's a good mix. It's a good mix of foreigners. But as an you again one of the best. Who the best is always. I know you love to discuss it. I don't know. Why the LFS is not banning or demoting Hyderabad FC? Insane world, and good federation would have been demoted to 3rd division. Average footy, you're right, but I think if Hyderabad FC is demoted, relegated, I think they might disappear from the scene. I think that is something which one needs to understand. Today, for example, in France, Girondins de Bordeaux, multiple time former French champions, were relegated from the first to the third tier due to financial issues. So therefore, and to me, yeah. But if Hyderabad FC is removed from the ISL, I think the club ceases to exist. That's also a reality. I think East Bengal can tackle the ban. They have many transfer ban experiences. Yes, Guardiola, but most of them are short-term bans, right? And this would be full. To my opinion, if I read it right with their involvement, it would most probably be a 2 transfer ban. And that is something which you can't. These are different days. FIFA handles these things differently than they used to be in the past. So that's something which people used to. They've gotten away with a lot of things in the past, the clubs in Kolkata. If you got to choose from an A-League player, it's undoubtedly Luna, brother. Sanskar, Rachit, yeah. I think someone intentionally pulled East Bengal into the mud. Blue, let's see. Do you think injury of the foreign player and Greg leaving was the reason we lose the Shield? Otherwise, we don't depend upon see matches and on the matches in Kolkata. It's again, I think I wouldn't see it that way. You know what, Sanskar? I would say that again, we got 2 points gifted against Jamshedpur in the away game because of that substitution error, but also at the home game, we should be leading 2-0. Jamshedpur, you should have never ended the game losing, right? So I think Mumbai City has themselves to blame. Yes, injuries are part, as I said, injuries are part and parcel and need to cover for it. And I think Mumbai City, with the changes in the winter, did very, very well. And, forced changes, Ika injuring himself and all those stuff. So therefore, I think they did very well. Average Fury now by Mumbai City is running academy. It's run by Dinesh Nair. People are sick from Mumbai, and don't you think city like Mumbai also need football stadium? Average Fury, they have a stadium, right? Mumbai Football Arena. That's a stadium. And if you want a bigger stadium, you go to the DY Patil in Navi Mumbai. So, and a city like Mumbai, it's not easy to say, listen, I want to build a stadium. I think this is something that people need to understand. It's not easy for an Indian football club to say, hey, you know what, I want to build a stadium. Even if you have the money in the bank, it is not that easy to come forward and say, listen, I'm going to build a stadium tomorrow. That is something, that's a reality of India, that it is very, very difficult to build infrastructure, and one has to live with that, So therefore, let's wait and see. One second. It's quite astonishing how you hold the context of a comment made 5 minutes ago while going through so many diverse topics. Thanks a lot, Monak. I try and, keep it up. Following up to my question, UEFA FIFA knows India has a huge market. What if they bring in investors fully running the show, or FIFA take over, like military take over running government? Any possibilities? Sadly, not happening. UEFA is not interested in India. UEFA has nothing to do with India. FIFA, it's supported India. FIFA has done a lot of things over the years. I've been myself involved in a few things. So for me, but no, and taking over the AFF will not do. If Habas wasn't ill, Mumbai wouldn't have lost points, and CSC many players also injured and banned. Yeah, but again, if I start that calculation, Blue, then Mumbai City had these things, Mohun Bagan had these things. That's football. Is it possible to use some of the VPNs to watch Sunil from US? 7 years back, I used that to watch ISL and Hotstar from UK. Yeah, might be VPNs, might be a solution. Where is Namit Deshpande? You remember US coach said Namit and our future stars. I think he plays lower league football in the US, if I'm right or wrong. He's nowhere near Guardiola as a professional. I miss the days when we had Emana, Arnold, Everton Santos, Lucian Goyan, Leo Costa, Sugu, and Balwant Singh. Yeah, right. Rate 5. Mumbai City 5 foreign players wanted to take the Mumbai had done 6 foreigner. Sanskar, let them come in again. For the new ones, let them settle in. I always find this very difficult to rate people, right? I always like to see how they do. Kratki, Molina, Manolo, Coil, Lobera, Quadrat, and Zaragoza, which one of these 7 will disappoint according to you by not making it to top 6? Multiple candidates. If um, I think Kratky, Molina, Manolo, and Lobera will make it for sure. The other three would be fighting it out. As a Mumbai fan, only issue is DM and defensive midfielder and centre back. Mehtab is error prone. Hardik is young. Thierry is only good and no good Indian DM, which is average footy. I've said that today and earlier as well. To me is that defensive midfielder and that centre back. Those are the two positions we need to work on. Best Australian player in ISL, Maka for sure. Guardiola, how can you say that? He hasn't played a second. He hasn't played a second so far in the league. So therefore, he has to prove himself. Maka isn't playing ISL. Yeah, that's the reality. Which is your favorite ISL club? There are two, to be very honest. Number one is Mumbai City and the other one is Punjab FC, because I've worked with both these teams. Top 4 prediction according to you. Karan, very difficult. I can only say that I think that Mohun Bagan and Mumbai City will be amongst the top 4 and the rest will be a dogfight. Top 4, top 6. Which is your favorite? As I said, I explained that. MLS or Saudi League? Blue for me, MLS. Star Sports will upload highlights in the YouTube channel like last year. Yeah, it's me. Thanks for the info. But again, I think people want to see the matches live. So therefore, let's wait and see. But I'm saying Icar El Kayati type of the who was almost can change the result by the effort. Is it very difficult to change this player? See, Icar came in, did very, very well, got injured. That's the reality of things. El Kayati, I loved him in Chennai, one of the best players that has played in the ISL ever, but the guy is injury prone. And he proved that, right? So therefore, and again, it was that game against Bangalore where Mumbai City destroyed Bangalore that Greg Stewart and El Kayati showed what they're capable of if they are fit and able to play together. But again, he was never. Ignore Steam at Hyper. Are you also a big fan of Poonam Pandey? I saw you follow her on X. I don't even know who I follow on X. I would have to go through. I followed her, I think, a while back. Yeah, most probably I do. I don't know. Is any ISL team to win 4 trophy in 4 years apart from Mumbai City FC? Yeah, it's Mohun Bagan, or rather ATK, or whatever the franchise was. Jaswin, your thoughts about KSL? Well, it looks like teams are trying to create something new in the Kerala Super League or Super League Kerala. I don't know, is it KSL or SLK? To me, I'm interested to see how they do. But yeah, some of the signings look interesting in regard to players and coaches. So let's wait and see what they do. Best Australian player. Again, we spoke. Again, it's when in the recent past. Yeah, it's Dimi Petratos and Royston Griffith. But even Royston Griffiths is English, right? So therefore, most probably it's Dimi. Do you think there is any hope for Indian football to get better, or it would be still the same even in 2001, even when we are in graveyard tide? Average footy, my hope would be that we would be better. My hope has always been, I've been now involved in Indian football for more than 26 years, that at some stage we would be better. So for me, that's the wish, that's the hope. But things are, the way they're going at the moment are very, very worrying. So therefore, let's hope. According to you, how final top 6 will look like rank-wise? For me, Mohun Bagan, Mumbai, Goa, Chennai, Punjab, East Bengal. Guardiola, as I said, let the team settle down, and then we can, So let's see. Punjab, no way top 6, in my opinion. Let's see. ATK only win 3 trophy now. They remove ATK, so ATK also dead now. It's still the same entity, right? They show that they won the ISL, so that's something. Poonam Pandey is Indian adult star. If you followed her by mistake, do unfollow. Following her doesn't suit your pro character, bro. Okay, I will do that. Punjab bringing existing foreigners this season. Exciting foreigners. Karan, it looks like it. They're trying, but let's see. But again, I'm waiting for the confirmations who they're coming. Let's see what happens. Why I have a feeling that I show speed will try to make it to the Kolkata this time. Let's see, Rachit. There's been a lot of PR around the derbies with influencers, with content creators, and other things that will happen as well. And we'll have to wait and see what actually happens. So for me, it's going to be interesting. Let's see. Let's see if he makes it to the derby or not. After Helga Puchiga, any top strikers coming to ISL 30? Guardiola, not that I know of. Have you seen Nasib Rahim playing for EB? He looks promising as a possible kind of promotion to ISL for East Bengal. I've heard about this player, but I've not seen any matches of the CFL. So therefore, Monok, I can't say anything about him. But the same when they remove 80K. See, Sanskar, that's what the Mohun Bagan fans are saying. But again, the original franchise playing in the ISL is still the original Atletico de Kolkata. Justin, what can we do, brother, to throw this trash Kalyan Chobe out of his position? I think we can't do, what can we do? Yeah, it's a good question. What can we do? Again, it's something to do with social media. I think people need to raise awareness that there need to be changes in the AFF, that the AFF needs to change. I think that's the max you can do. I think other influencing is, can you influence people in your state so that they do something, so therefore for me, that's the most I think that fans can do. And that's why social media influence is the max. It's ignores too much now, exactly. Average footy, personally, I will only call India as progressing if India goes to knockouts of Asian Cup and round 3 of World Cup qualifiers. For me, Intercontinental Cup, South workers and no fans should celebrate those trophies. Average footy, very well said. I totally agree with you. I think we lost opportunities in the last five years. Again, we lost the opportunity to go to the knockouts in the Asian Cup in 2019. We lost now the chance to go to third round of World Cup qualifiers in Asia. And again, the hype around the SAF Cup last year to me didn't, so therefore these are realities. Are you coming to India to watch any game this season? Rachid, I would love to. I'm not sure if I can. To me, let's see how my schedule, my calendar is, and again, so let's see what happens. Monarch says, don't write off BFC. They are a formidable side this year. Yeah, I agree. And let's wait what happens. Again, their team needs to settle down, and I'm liking to see how Gerard Zaragoza handles his squad. That's another one which I would like to see. BFC have a lot of potential in my opinion, but Zaragoza will also have to convince me that he's able to do something with this new squad this season that he has at his disposal. Content creator only makes derby, no other matches live vlog match review. Sanskar, that's the problem, right? They will pick the 1 or 2 matches which are big in India, maybe go to the derby, maybe do a match of the Kerala Blasters with a full stadium and stand amongst the Manjapara. Again, it's about people who are trying to do it every day, week in, week out. I think those are the people, that one needs to support. So therefore, my request, if you haven't liked this video, subscribe to Arunfoot. Let's grow the community. Let's get more people into our discussions. We've already grown from the start. That we've how many people we've had. We're growing, but we're not there where I would like to see us. More and more people joining us for conversations, and let's hope that it works. Arunfoot for president. Oh wow, Guardiola. Thank you very much in that trust and believe in me. Mumbai City, why a club like Mumbai City doesn't play an exhibition match against well-known European club or sister club? It's a finance, very simple. It's a question of cost. It's a question also of the timing. Other leagues are still running. Other leagues are there. People are paying a lot of money, and in India, we don't have that money. Can Mohun Bagan fare with all Indian midfield in ASL2? Only Greg can play in midfield. Karan, it'll be interesting to see how they set up. I have said Mohun Bagan to me is top heavy. and and to me that is something. And yeah, let's see how they cover for that. So let's see. I didn't play professional football. Can I be a professional coach? Yes, surely. Some of the best coaches in the world are people who've never been top level footballers. Jose Mourinho was not a top level footballer. Julian Nagelsmann wasn't a top level footballer. So yes, if you do your licenses, you work your way up. So therefore that's fine. Both with Al Ain last season friendlies. Yeah, but Rachid, that was their sort of B team, and that was while Mumbai City was on a training camp in that part of the world. But I think the question was, would Mumbai City host someone and play someone in Mumbai or at Navi Mumbai? I think BFC, KFC can be team that in their day can beat Mumbai City 1-1, Super Giant, and on their bad day can lose also Punjab Jamshedpur FC. They will not win Shield, but I think they will fight till last or end the season. Let's see, Sanskar. Lafta Helga Postiga went back to Portugal for meeting. He started a musical band and turned to a musician. Doesn't speak well for Indian football, does it? And it was even Chalwan who won ACL last season. Yeah. Hi Murali, welcome back. You're surprised collapsing infrastructure. Is it meant to happen? Murali, if you don't look after your infrastructure, if you don't care about your infrastructure, and that's a problem across India, be it Bangalore Football Stadium, be it the Kantirava in Bangalore, be it the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Kochi. Even the Salt Lake Stadium has certain cracks within its building. Others, I think, they'll have also their issues. So you have to maintain and you have to invest in your infrastructure. So that's something which needs to be done. And now that Sid Rossoneri, who is making guy of Mumbai City, should be fired. Okay. Mumbai City has failed in marketing. We should get better guy for marketing to get fans. That's your opinion, average foodie. Yeah. Do your money return is problem in football? There is no money return. That's our problem. Kerala Blasters played with Girona and Melbourne City in pre-season tournament. Yeah, that was organized by La Liga, Gariola. That's why it happened. Des Buckingham directly started to learn coaching. Yeah, again, he didn't play and he started Oxford United. And therefore, yeah, that's what Des did. That's what others have done. So therefore, those are the realities of things in regard to how coaches have built careers despite not having played top level football. I think that's something which we shouldn't forget. Which asset club is underdog? Murali, as I've said to others as well, let us get closer to the start of the season. Let us know what are the squads, and then we can talk about where teams could finish in the league table. Let's also get the Duran Cup through. We'll get a little bit of indication. And Franklin, the same applies to the Duran Cup, in my opinion. Let it start. Again, let's see who's playing with their first team, who's playing with their reserves, under what weather conditions are you playing, traveling, this, that, everything. I think it's quite difficult to, at the moment, say who would be the suspects in regard to potentially winning. Jason, sir, I am from Kerala and see incredible talents in my locality and state. Why is AFF failing to recognize all such talents across over the country and bring them on one roof? Listen, I think the first mistake is to think that the AFF has to do all of this. This is the work of the local state association, the district associations, and more importantly, the clubs. And they need to scout these talents, give them an opportunity, improve them. And then you have a system where you build them you create a pyramid and the best reach the top. You have as many as possible at the bottom. You've got thousands, hundreds of thousands, lakhs, crores, kids playing, and the best are funneled to the top. And then the best 100 play in the ISL and the best 20, 23 are in the team um, of the national team. So that is something which into guys. I just have to make a move. I just see it's raining outside. Just 1 second. I'll just be back. Just 1 second. Sorry, just have to close a few. I am back. Sorry for that. Mumbai City FC is underrated. Agree or not? Overall, I am not saying because the foreign Indian players perform, but in terms of hype. Sanskar, I think, yeah, you have a point over there. I agree that there is a lot of teams who are doing good work, but are not getting that sort of recognition. I think the Kolkata clubs have that historical advantage, which helps them. On the other side, we have Kerala Blasters, who gets a lot of hype because of the fans that are there. I think the Blasters have done an incredible job when it comes to fan interactions over the years, and therefore, but Mumbai City, I think, if I look back as someone who was involved at when we started the club in 2014 and where it is 10 years later, I think Mumbai City has reached quite a level and has achieved quite a bit. So therefore, yeah, I think more support would be good. But again, who was it a little earlier? It was Average saying, that someone in the marketing department needs to be fired. It is, I think Mumbai City has done quite a bit of marketing here and there. They could do much more, surely. But then it is about a question, so therefore, yeah, let's see, and to me, that's something which, let's see what happens. Why Mumbai never played preseason like Kerala? Do you think it can be a reason for so many injuries last season? Blue, the problem is that you have suddenly your youngsters are playing CFL. You then want to play with your best players, the Duran Cup, because you think that's needed. Other teams don't, and that's one of the reasons. And yes, preseason is needed. I think injuries are a huge problem in Indian football these days. Do you think injuries play a vital role in players achieving the level? Example, Ronaldinho played crucial sustain long like Ronaldo and Messi. Yeah, again, injury, yes, and Ronaldinho most probably wasn't a crazy guy in regard to training like Ronaldo is, and Messi also has been very lucky with injuries. Goa is underrated. Blue, I agree. FC Goa is another one doing a lot of good work in Goa. Goa being a small state, doesn't get reported that much in other parts of India, but they're also doing a very good, especially when you look at their grassroots in youth football. KC Creations, Mohammad Zubair should do good in ASL. The team looks very strong on paper. Your opinion, sir? I don't. Again, any team from India ACL 2 looks tough this year. Sorry, and so therefore, I don't know. It's something. ACL 2 is much tougher than AFC Cup last year, but and the team to me doesn't look balanced. The defensive midfield is. I would have signed a foreign defensive midfielder, surely. That's one thing where I feel a lot of teams are struggling. There are positions this year where even the top teams are struggling to fill in the right position. What's your view on ISL referees? In my childhood, I've seen Kolkata referees favoring the big three in the CFL, and similar things happen in ISL favoring top four, Mumbai City, Mohun Bagan, Mumbai City, Goa, etc. So, Madhuri, I don't think the referees are favoring, because then I think Mohun Bagan fans will tell you, the referee didn't do this. Then, as Mumbai City fans will tell you, we didn't get favor in this. Goa will have theirs. I think they're doing mistakes across the league. I think your CFL example is spot on. I think CFL, I've seen crazy things. So therefore, for me, I think it's across the bench that the referees are making mistakes against or for teams in the Indian Super League. Do you think last season injury issue, that's why Mumbai City was playing main team in Durand Cup? No, I don't think so. Mumbai City had a pre-season and then came to Kolkata, so I don't think that was the reason. Again, referee frame was by showing us red cards in important matches, World Cup final, Shield final. How do you rate referee in our service? Top league at development is the missing element, lack of consequences. I think referees in general around the world have had the problem that I think football has become much more fast-paced over the last, and therefore that's a problem, I think, for referees around the world. I think Indian referees suffer because you don't have the VR in there, but then we have the example of Norway, and in Norway VR is something which is where for example the fans are fighting. You had a match, Rosenborg, where they stopped the game the other day. So therefore, let's see. Referees are improving, but they're not improving fast enough. Did last season they played main team? I can't remember. Yes, Mumbai played most of their first team in the Durand. You're right, referee not good, give handball in the final. Not give, best technical players in according to you. What's your thought on Edmund? Best technical player would be Brandon, Chante, Sahal. Those would be technically the best at the moment. And Edmund has potential. I think he has that desire. So therefore, so yeah. So let's see what he can do. Do you think Chennai and SC over the period fallen down of not having good finisher? Morally, overall, the team, let's see. I think good finisher. Yeah, they've had good strikers, but scoring goals is a season thing. Last season they played with main team, and before that they played with main team and goes in final Durand Cup. Yeah. Edmund having played Canada League, and how do you see the player? Morally, Edmund so far has not played in Canada. So let's see if he gets something in Canada. But yeah, nothing sure. So if referee favor Mumbai City while they allow JC to play 5 foreign, but that's not Sanskar. The 5 foreign thing with Jamshedpur is not on the referee. That's a mistake of Jamshedpur FC. It's not the job of the referee to say, hey, listen, you're making a substitution mistake because you just got red card. Referees are random and answer anyone can attack. Disgusting. Yeah. Hello. Hope you're doing well. Kantara Stadium collapsed. I visited in 2018. Neil, yes. Collapse would be, I think I even used the big word, but again, partial collapse would be right. Sad to see that something like this has happened at the Kantirava. I think, sorry, not the Kantirava, at the Bangalore Football Stadium when I'm talking Kantirava. Bangalore Football Stadium. Neil, sorry, what am I saying? It happened at the Bangalore Football Stadium, not at the Kantirava. The Kantirava has its own set of problems. But there is nothing, even the Kantirava needs a rebuild, as I said earlier. So therefore, that's something which is needed. Do you think Indian administration are properly maintained, not only football, other sports, also suffered about Germany's sports administration? In the sports administration in India is generally a problem. Yes, Murali, it could be better, starting with the IOA, and for me, Germany's administration overall is better, yes. Hi, Manuel Marquez. Any update on September opponents? No, nothing at the moment. Do you rate Candid FC Stadium? Yeah, it's good. I mean, the JRD Tata Sports Complex is a big one. Let's see. Why Bajaj is banned relegation? What does it bring him? FIFA ban? Um, I think I don't know what it brings him, honestly. I think no, FIFA will not ban. There's nothing to do with the ban. AFC has said it, but it's at the end of the day, it's at the discretion of the AFF. And I think the AFF can take that call, and they did take that call, and I think it's fine again. And let's wait to see what happens. To no Indian ref, anyone can see Mohan Bagan was mostly red card showdown. I think that much gave both teams a big shock in the first half, and Kerala Blasters get 6 points. Yeah, blue. How do you rate Naura Mahesh Singh? Moinak, very talented player, but for him, a very important season comes up if he can get to that next level. I think that's for Mahesh the breakthrough. You know, it's like when Changte left Chennai and went to Mumbai, and then slowly upped his game. I think Mahesh needs to up his game. Edmund has great potential. He could be one big player for India. Your views? KC Creations, yeah, that is something which is possible, and I would hope. Again, I will always hope that Indian football makes it bigger, and Edmund is one of those who can make it at a higher level, and that's the challenge for him. That's not the challenge for that. I think the challenge for every Indian footballer, right, to be better than the ones before. And for me, Edmund is at the moment has had great development. I remember him as a young player at BFC. So let's hope it. What's your view on the current state of AFF? The president doesn't seem to have a clue what's happening and about the decision being taken. Shumatri, I'm actually doing a video tomorrow on the topic of the situation of the AFF. I think the AFF is in a very difficult situation. I think the president is controlling things and is most probably doing as if he doesn't know things. He's controlling the things. So let's wait and see. But Crystal John indirectly creates South Urban. I said, Sanskar, no, he didn't. The decision was right. But again, who is going to tell Ivan Vukovanovic about it? What about Italy football infrastructure stadium? Morali, there are some great ones. The Juventus Stadium, one of the best in the world. Others are in shambles. So, yeah, it's not that good. Some of the Indian stadiums are better than that. If you ever fails to pay ego competition, will get banned from FIFA? No, they won't. Onavasa, with the current player quality, what do you think is India best rank in Asia? Top 15 with a good coach and tactics is top 15 realistic with current players. If we can get top 15, that would be a huge success for us at the moment. Yeah, I think Manolo Marquez has his task cut out. I think for us to be top 15, we now have to get to the AFC Asian Cup, and that's the challenge. Yeah, so let's see. The Indian government has shown interest in hosting 2026 Olympic. If so, are there with the poor infrastructure in every sport and funding will allow a system with the national team to avoid embarrassments? I think our infrastructure isn't as bad as you might think, to be very honest. I think it's our bigger problem than infrastructure. Again, even bad infrastructure, but if you've got the desire, you can do something with it. I think our bigger problems are the coaches and competitions across sports in India. I think those are, in my opinion, bigger issues for Indian football, Indian sports. I think that's what to do. And OCIs, I don't know if they're going to take him on. If that's going to be with the Olympics, it would be great. But yeah, it's me. I don't know. Edmund still in I-League. Chetan, yes, you are right. He's still in I-League. He's an Inter-Kashi player. Blue, they will pay Igor. That is the main reason of recoupment of Manolo. Nah, I don't think so. Do you think Federation Technical Director has not had same level of accountability? There is no accountability. Diamantakos versus McLaren. Who's the better profile? See, Diamantakos has a history in Europe. So that puts him stronger. McLaren failed in Germany in the Bundesliga too. Darmstadt 98. Diamantakos was at Karlsruhe. I would say, I think Diamantakos is a more complete striker. I think McLaren is a better finisher. Harry Bose said about the cinematic story about Monroe recruitment. Do you know it? I don't know what Harry said, so I can't really relate to it, Blue. Sorry. Jamie or Nicholas, who's better player in terms of the stats for X teams? I think Nikolaus. Do you think our players are that bad or development process is missing lack of quality opponent? It's a combination, again, Murali, as I say, it's a combination of all factors. It's not just one thing which is missing in our game. Grassroots, youth development, coaching, and competitions. All these things are. These are all things. If that doesn't improve, Indian football cannot improve. Very, very simple. Those are basics which we need to improve to be much, 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 much better, much, much, much higher. That is the challenge for Indian football. That's the biggest challenge we have, How do you rate Ajax? Is there any similar club for development players? No, I think Ajax has its very unique model, their own model of development. Again, Johan Cruyff created it early on. Johan Cruyff is a product of that, and therefore, that's it. Why Nicolaus' reason? You said it's just my feeling that I would say Nicolaus rather than McLaren. Sir, your views on BFC foreign signings. KC Creations, interesting. Some ISL experienced players, some new players to that mix. To me, it's an interesting, and looking at also at the Indians, I think it's an interesting mix. And it'll be interesting to see if BFC can get back into the top 6 and be something to look at. How many Indian footballers are capable of playing football outside of India, like tier 2, 3 AU leagues, for example? It's me. For me, Changte, sure, Apuya, and then it gets tough. Your foreigners who would start for Mumbai City. Manolo, as I've said to others as well, let pre-season start, let Duran start, and then closer to ISL. Let's have the discussion in another 1.5 months, most probably, realistically. At the moment, Mumbai City has 4 out of 5, for 5 out of 6. So let Mumbai City do its over, and then we can talk. El Khati dribbling out of world, but he doesn't seem sustained, whether due to injury or what. Yeah, he's injury prone. Otherwise, if Al Khati was fit, Al Khati would have never ended in India. A player with the technical capabilities of Nasser Al Khayati would never play in India if the boy was fit. If he was fit and he was ready to go, he would never play in India. For me, that's a reality, right? That's something which you need to keep in mind. So therefore, for me, it's something which is a reality. And you saw it at Mumbai City. He had a few interesting matches in the Champions League where he showed what he's capable of. And especially that match with Greg Stewart where they demolished BFC, that 4-0 win away at the Kantirava. That is what his standard is. But then, again, injury-prone, inconsistent. Let's see. Does BFC have alternative stadiums to play? No. I mean, their home stadium for the ISL is the Kantirava. And Bangalore Football Stadium is not only the home of Bangalore FC, but for the whole Bangalore football scene, it's the home, because that's where the top leagues are held, of the Karnataka State Football Association, of the Bangalore District Football Association. So therefore, it would be a problem. Hi Prashanto, if Anwar rejoins Mumbai, will he still be banned by PSC? Oh, that's a good question. Has he sent a letter to PSC? Oh, that's a very good question. Let me just think. Oh, if he retracts the letter, but the letter is gone. So to me, um, you know, I think he still gets a ban. If you ask me, but again, I'm not a lawyer, but my understanding would be that he still would get a ban because of yeah. But again, that would be my logic. Our players can't compete AFC Champions League. What's on? Some of the foreigners could, some will not. Al Fateh, with all his injuries on his day, can score against any Asian side. He showed that in the ACL exactly. Jason, can Indian arrows be introduced into ISL, which can be supported by F regarding the funding, so that many Indian players get game time? Also, many positions in the team can be sorted out. There are two things, Jason. The AFF doesn't have the money. They don't have enough money to run the I League at the moment, and you want them to play ISL? Impossible. If at all, if the AFF had the money again, they could play I League. And I think I League is a good standard for Indian players to settle in, because you would, would get those opportunities, and then the players can go on to play in the ISL for their respective franchises. DY Patil Stadium was Kalinga, which is best according to you? Murali, two different stadiums, two different sizes. Kalinga much smaller. DY Patil is actually originally a cricket stadium, so they can't be compared. They're good in their own ways. Al Fateh was surprised for umpire. No one expected he will do so much in the ISL. You might say that, Sanskar. I think that those who knew, I know a friend of mine who saw him. He is someone who has the quality, had the quality, but again, injury prone. That's why he couldn't. Again, remember Thomas Padaraj was always said, we are a different team when Al Khati plays, and we're weaker team when he doesn't play. Where do you put Al Khayati? Again, a fit Al Khayati could play top tier league in Europe, but again, he has fitness issues, Mullah. Therefore, you can't put him somewhere. Yeah, it's me. So how about the qualities of Mahesh, Akash Mishra, Edmund, Suresh, Kian? Do you have potential outside India? Edmund is currently in Canada, so I hope he stays in Canada in some sort of way. Yeah, I've got some hope. Akash is trained in Germany, so that's potential as well. Suresh used to be part of the India under 17 World Cup squad, so he's got that experience as well. Kian Nasiri is a player that I hope has a breakthrough season, so therefore I hope he does better. Mahesh as well. So yeah, all of them, but let's see. It's for me very, very difficult to see them playing outside of Europe with the salaries that they receive in the ISL. G14, Degi also failed to deliver. I think Degi has one problem. To me, he doesn't have the team that Bastap Roy and others have had earlier. I think there's a transition at Mohun Bagan which happened. So I think to put the blame on him, I feel is a little early. I think give him a little bit more time and try and build something. Yeah. If you were in position, Mohun management needed an centre back in the Anwar saga at this point, will you let him go, make sure he gets punished, or let him rejoin? Oh, that's a good question, Blue. What would I do if I was in that position? I think I would allow him to rejoin, but under my terms and not under his terms. That would be the thing. That would be the punishment. I say, listen, under my terms, but also I would have to accept any fine, suspension that the AFF would come about. So therefore, that's the question. How do you take him back with all those things that are there in the background? It's very difficult to say that it would work that way. So therefore, for me, difficult to say. Right, those of you who are watching, more than 1.5 hours, nearly 1 hour 35 minutes. If you haven't, please subscribe to arunfoot, like this video, share this video, and those of you who are following, who are supporting, thanks a lot for once again joining in, or those who are new, welcome to the channel, and welcome to arunfoot. Neil, doesn't have AFF power to merge I-League and ISL, find a middle ground to improve football as a whole in India? Why would you merge I-League and ISL? Very simple. My question would be that. Why would you merge? The ISL is your premium product, is a really, is a better product. Of course, it's no longer as good as it. Again, the football is good, but overall, the marketing product isn't as good as it might have been at the start of the cycle a decade back. On the other side, the I League is there and is surviving, so therefore it doesn't make sense. The I League is the second tier, and therefore I think it has to live on as the second tier. So Isaac too proved in ISL, you should get a chance for national team. Yeah, Casey Creations, I guess he's another one. So therefore let's wait and see what happens. If he's going to get a chance under the new coach. Fighting spirit is missing Indian football. Even we don't have good technical player, but fighting spirit is missing in smaller team, create upset. Yeah, fighting spirit is certainly something which we could do with. Debrup, German signing. Okay, interesting. Hey, Arnavo, any good day? Hey, Shaggy, hope you're doing good, my friend. Thanks again for the support as always. Will Manolo have it in him to bring up our ranking? How much improvement can we expect? Also, is he the under 20 as well? Because the job position F have mentioned it. To answer your last question, I don't know. I don't think that he can do it. I don't even know if Mahesh can do it, because if the matches overlap, I think Mahesh is needed in the senior national team. I think I don't, again, I might be different than other people, but to me, what I think is important for us to look at the moment is that we qualify for the AFC Asian Cup. That's my whole thing for him. I don't care about the style. I don't care what we do, what we don't do. For me, the only thing is we have to qualify for the AFC Asian Cup. Once you've done that, then you can start working on things, on your team, on your style, on this. But he's a pragmatic coach. If you see how Hyderabad played and how Goa have played, depending on the players he's played, he's not too flamboyant. And therefore, let's wait and see what he does. But he knows a lot of the players. A lot of players have played for him in Hyderabad or Goa. So, yeah, let's wait and see. I think the other thing, the atmosphere has to be better. So therefore, that's something that I think that needs to change within the Indian football team. If we can do that, that's the most important thing, Shaggy. And also, maybe you can tell me, again, I put a picture of the Bangalore Football Stadium, collapse of parts of the stadium. Has been any update today about any reactions or whatever? I've not seen much in regard to local authorities or the Karnataka State Football Association or even the Bangalore District Football Association. Would be nice to know, Shaggy, if you've heard anything. I think, Devrup, I've answered this question with the earlier one. Is it really possible for a player to join back a team whose social media handle has just morphed, display controlled him badly? Monok, I think anything is possible. I wouldn't be surprised. Look at Greg Stewart is set to join Mohun Bagan, and he did this against them in a match and got a red card for that. So therefore, let's wait and see. G14, which RFYC graduate will get a good game time in Goa, Mumbai City, or Odisha? These boys are all talented. They have to prove themselves and have to get through. So therefore, I'll be interested to see. We've seen now quite a number of boys join from the Reliance Foundation Young Champs program. Mohammed Nemil came a few years back with a lot of praise. Let's see what happens. How can Indian team can become technically sound like international level? SDM, very simple. They have to be better at youth football. That's all. We have to start it. And I always say grassroots, youth football, coaching, competitions. Those 4 points are the ones we need to take care of. Otherwise, we will not improve. That's the most important thing that we now need to do. Otherwise, we will continue to talk about these things. We'll talk about these things in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years, in 50 years. If we don't do the right things, teams around us will get better and we will have a problem. So therefore, we need to work very, very hard to improve those things. Should ISL increase the foreign quota since there's a new rule in the AFC club competitions? Fiction nerd, I don't think so. I think that the 4 foreigners rule in the ISL is good. and to me is 4 foreigners is good enough, because we also need to give Indian players a chance. If we've seen it in the Super Cup last year with 6 foreigners, the quality goes up automatically, dramatically. But that is good. But on the other side, but I don't think it'll work. Neil says, my reason to merge 2 leagues is to reduce the number of teams in the whole of India, playing professional football structure so more quality players can play with each other, so the quality might improve. I think, Neil, the best players are already playing in the ISL. The I-League, the players a little less, I would say. So therefore, for me, a merger wouldn't make any sense. You dilute it even more, rather. Justin, is there any outside hand trying to alter the development of Indian football? I always feel our country doesn't want to become a sporting nation. We just want to excel in cricket. Outside hand, no, because India doesn't want outside help. That's also, the system is happy with things, and that's, these are all interlinked problems that we need to look at and hope that we take care of, and makes it somehow better for us. Habas to Inter Kashi, any chance? If happen, how would you rate it? Again, Habas knows the owner very well. It's the guy who brought him to Atletico de Kolkata in 2014. They're friends. It is possible. And if Habas signs for Kashi, it's a huge deal for Inter Kashi to have a multiple ISL trophy winning coach in their ranks. So yes, it would be huge for them. So what I get from you is, Manolo, what experiment is not radically until AFC qualifies. Is that correct? Deep, that would be my understanding. And what experiment can you do with the current crop of players? What experiment do you expect? Do we have a Lamine Yamal that I haven't seen somewhere who will suddenly change our football and make us suddenly much, much better? We have to be honest and realistic. Shagar, now there is only one set noise from fans, no words from KSFA. We're trying to get them at least to give an official quote. Nothing as of now. Yeah, very sad. Very, very sad to see that. One more point, government is increasing slightly the budget this year for over sports. Much better than from 2 years due to Khelo India. Don't know how it will benefit AFL football. Hope it does. Again, to me, Khelo India is a nice thing to do, but again, Khelo India to me is not the system which will transform Indian sports. It's like creating another beast like Sai earlier. It doesn't work to me. Casey Grayson, I think we can qualify Asian Cup, but we should look for knockout stages. How do you think we can qualify for AFC Asian Cup at the moment, Casey Creation? To me, that qualification is a difficult one. 1 out of 4 teams in 6 groups qualifies. So for us to think that we need to, that we will be there, to assume that would be arrogant. We're not that good. For me, that's the first challenge. Once we get there, then we can work on trying to get into the knockouts. And it depends on the group. If we get a group like like this year, very difficult. Do you think post-scouting destroys good players? No, it destroys careers. It doesn't destroy players. It destroys the careers of the players because they're not found. How do you rate Mahesh Naurem at international level? He's my favorite. SDM, great. But I think he has to do more. He's shown glimpses. He has to do it regularly, and whenever he comes on, he has to do more. And I think Changte is the example of what you need to do. I think only disadvantage Ruputim has is his height. Yeah, Shambit. Again, let's see. Again, at Mumbai City, let's see if he stays or if Mumbai City says, listen, we're going to loan you XYZ. Interesting to see what happens. One more point. Yeah, sorry, I've had that. ISL Super Cup schedule announced? No, nothing. I think the ISL schedule could be announced in late August, early September, I would, if in mid-September it starts. Is Coach Manolo the first Spanish coach India hired as the national team coach? Oh, Rohit, that's a good question. When you think, yeah, I think he's the first. If you ask me, I think he's the first. Samit, last day I watched Leander Hall of Fame speech. He said as a kid in Kolkata, he used to play barefoot football. When he joined Europe, they told him he needs to give up passport. Pretty messed up. Lee is a great footballer, and I've seen him play. And we've played against each other in a charity game, yeah. Great footballer, loves the sport, great sports person, incredible guy. So yeah, he wanted to be rather. He's another one. He sort of Ganguly, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, all these guys wanted to be rather footballers, but then turned to other sports. That's a reality. So, well, guys, that's how it is. So let's see where it goes. 1 hour 45 minutes. It's past 8 o'clock here in Germany. Thanks again. Sorry, let me see. He has given up dreaming football and then joined tennis now. Also, same situations, so nothing changed before choosing other sports. Yeah, that's the reality, no? That's the reality. Sir Chetri, sir, replacement in national side, your opinion? KC Creations, I don't have a replacement. I think we can't replace Sunil Chetri. The replacement, we have to do it as a team, attacking. You know, it might be that Rahim Ali might be the central striker, Changte on a wing, maybe Vikram on a wing, maybe someone else on a wing. We'll have to wait and see. And therefore for me, that would be it. Neil, I'll take yours as the last, and others let's push to tomorrow. How many people are in AFF management, ex-footballers or having sports background? A lot of them are ex-footballers at level. There are a lot of people who are sort of been administrators in the system. Yeah, that's how it is. So guys, thanks once again for joining in. As always, like this video, share this video, subscribe to arunfoot, those of you who haven't. Cross the 1300 mark, so help me grow the community more and more. And as always, also watch the other videos. Tomorrow I'm doing a video on the AFF and what the situation is within the federation. I think that's an interesting one. You can view. I'm also making a video about an Indian sponsor, a German club, Bayer Leverkusen, as well. And yeah, keep watching arunfoot here and on YouTube. Support me on my social media. Good night, Blue. Good night, Neil, as well. Thanks, guys, for joining in. And I'll be back tomorrow night with another live. Good